Hi, and welcome again to another episode of The Consistency Queen. My name is Elsa Morgan. Thank you for being here. Today, I want to speak to you about something that I hear a lot as I am speaking with women who want to build, who have a desire of building a six-figure business. So if you haven't quite hit that 10K per month target or milestone, this is for you, because I want to share with you some myths that are absolutely not true about what it actually takes. It's going to be quick. It's because honestly, I'm just going to speak some truths, and then in the next episode, I'm going to talk to you about what it actually does take. Okay, so today let's focus on the three myths that are holding back women who have a desire for a six-figure business. Okay, so myth number one: you need more offers. Now, let me tell you, or you need to offer more, right? You either need more offers, you need to offer more, you need to do more, right? Now, let me tell you, there is a very big difference between doing more or, offering more versus repetition, okay? Repetition by the way of keeping going, and doing more reps to hit your goal, meaning like you are engaged and committed to achieving the goal, is very different than feeling like you need to offer more products, more offers, like working 24/7 until you actually hit the milestone. There's a very big difference to that. The repetition that a lot of people talk about, I talk about that as well, where you develop the skill set, the mastery that will pretty much compound all the efforts and get you there quicker, is all about dedicating yourself to the craft, dedicating yourself to being better than you were yesterday. That kind of repetition and focus is a very big difference to people or women that feel that they need to, get out 5 offers, send like 100 messages a day, work 24/7, sacrifice all sundry, work so many hours every single day, they get burnout. And so my point is that if you have this feeling that you need to do more, well, firstly, check yourself. Are you actually doing the workload that is in alignment with the goals that you have? I mean, you've definitely got to check yourself. But if you are doing enough to support the goal, and yet you feel like, hey, I just got to do more, I 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 got to do more. What you're going to find out is that pushing to the goal is actually going to push people away. It's going to push prospects away. I have done this, so I'm speaking by experience. And until I actually learned this lesson, I was constantly feeling like I was just literally trying to force my way into the next level. And I'll talk to you about what it actually requires to be in the next level in my next episode. But myth number one, you do not need myth number one, people thinking that they need to do more, meaning like more. No, you just got to get better at what you're doing. You've got to get better. And you do that by the way of repetition, meaning like you are consistent in your application every single day. Okay, so myth number 2 is believing that you need to have like hundreds of thousands of followers, millions of followers to achieve a six-figure business. Now, this is not true. Absolutely not true. In fact, if we were to even go by community numbers, my Facebook group is less than 2,000, and yet I've been able to produce over $2 million in sales from Facebook alone, in a combination of my profile and also my Facebook group. Now, by numbers alone, I shouldn't be able to do that. But because I've been able to position myself as a category of 1, that's why that's happened. Because I've positioned my knowledge, I've shared my knowledge, I've showcased how I help women achieve six-figure businesses. That is the reason why that's happened. But that's not because, I have hundreds of thousands, millions of followers. Please don't fall into this trap. You've really just got to align your messaging, get really clear on your avatar, and get really good at articulating how it is that you help people, what it is that you do, and that you're there for the long term. Building up the consistency, building up the reps, getting good at what you do. And the more that you build up that consistency, the more that you will stand out, because most people quit at some point in time, which is what's happened to me. Like, I've just kept going and going and going. Same with this podcast. If you were to look at my podcasts from 2 years ago, my episodes, I was very different in my delivery, in my execution. and also the authority and the energy that I bring to each episode, versus to the way that I do this now, which you can see that I have the knowledge, you can see that I have the experience, you can see that I share firsthand insight into what it actually takes. That has happened from, practicing and getting better and reviewing. It's not because, of more and more followers. I've been able to get a following on my podcast, on all my social media content, and build my business purely because I've committed myself to getting better with every single piece of content, with every execution. That's what you need to concentrate on. And then myth number 3, believing that you need to be ready before you go all in. Now, I cannot tell you enough that thinking that you need to be ready already signals to the marketplace that you're making it about you, that you are making it about how you look, and that you will only move for them when you're perfect, when you feel like you're perfect, when you feel like you're ready. Building a successful business, you've got to be prepared to fall face forward. You've got to fail forward. People have got to see your journey. People have got to see your evolution. Like, I remember early days of my entrepreneurship journey. I had my daughter. She was I think about 18 months at that time. And I remember doing a live, and I had like milk stains from her burping. I was holding on to it. I had milk stains on my sweatshirt. I still did it. I still showed up. I've done lives where my tripod and my lighting has all fallen down. I've done lives where I didn't even realize I had, stuff in my teeth. I mean, seriously, the mind boggles with the amount of things that I've done. But you know what? I've allowed people to watch me. I don't delete. I want you to see my journey. I want you to see the evolution. I want you to see that I practice what I preach. I show up consistently. I review and audit and look at ways to get better in my execution. I'm always looking for ways. I'm always studying the ones at the top of the game, like in their industry, to see how they're showing up and what they're doing as well. And I learn from my mentors. But if I was to wait until I was ready, I honestly, I probably wouldn't be here. I fell in love with the opportunity to go and impact millions of women. I fell in love with the possibility that I could make a meaningful change to this world. For me, I was born with, I was born, into poverty. I had 2 dining chairs as my bed for the first 18 months of my life. And I was bankrupt after the last GFC. For me, on paper, I should not be successful. But the fact that I could still go out and win, I mean, in terms of my eyes, in terms of the things that I wanted to experience, in terms of me having the possibility to change the world, that's all I cared about. And I thought to myself, I want to show people that you can start from where you are today and you can keep going. And I just realized my microphone. See, look, my microphone is way away. I'm still learning every day. And that's what I fell in love with. I fell in love with the fact that I didn't need to be perfect. I didn't need to have a Harvard education, although that would be nice to experience just to see, what it's about. But I didn't need to do that to go and make some meaningful change, to go and change some lives. And yet, sometimes I'm going to trigger people. Sometimes I'm going to, simply create a movement of people that don't like what I say because I'm telling you the truth. But at the end of the day, I would rather do what I'm doing right now. And if that meant triggering you because you need to hear the truth about what you're really doing in terms of sabotaging your journey and how you're showing up and how you are just absolutely sabotaging yourself. And you all have the same ability. You all have the same ability to go out and win at life, whatever that looks like for you. My goals don't have to be your goals and your goals don't have to be my goals. But I care enough to come in here and tell you that you can make all the mistakes in the world, start today and still win. You don't have to be ready. You just got to be committed. You just got to make a decision. You've just got to decide that you are no longer going to stay where you are. That's all it takes. And so I want you to bust all these three myths because they are simply not true. And anybody that tells you any of that is lying to you. Let me tell you, I am proof of so many of those things in opposition, and I've still been able to generate the success that I was chasing. Now, if you are ready to level up in your life and you want to launch your own six-figure business, and you're a woman and you're sick and tired of being where you are, you may have attempted to literally launch your own program or coaching business, or you may even be in corporate and you want to launch your own thing. I'm in the process of launching my own signature evergreen product called the Six Figure Launch Lab. And this program is designed for women who want to build six-figure programs, six-figure businesses, with my proven 100K in 92 days. It's going to be a 12-week program, and then after that, you'll be invited to stay along and enjoy the community, because it's a community for women. And I want to be able to share everything that I've done to build a six-figure business, but more importantly, to help you launch. Now, if you would like to have the opportunity to work with me, we start in May. The link will be in down below. Click into the link. Get yourself into the program, pay for it, and let me mentor you over 12 weeks and launch your six-figure program. This is proven. I have so many stories of women that have launched and have successful coaching businesses right now as a direct result of my 100K in 92 days framework. And I will literally share with you step by step of what it actually takes. So I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. And of course, hit subscribe, leave me a comment, or if you're listening to me on the podcast, Apple, Spotify, leave me a 5-star review. I love to hear and see all the comments from people of how my knowledge, my journey, my podcast is changing their lives. So, and I certainly hope it's changed yours. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.